can start.
I mean, that's how we did it last week.
Yes, that's how we did it last week. Well, thank you everyone for coming to our second week of our education series. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Allison Harvey. I am the president of the Auburn Chamber of Commerce this year. I'm very excited that we have this education series going. It's one of my goals for this year, and fortunately the pandemic didn't derail us too much. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Jackie, our executive director.
Thank you, Allison, and thank you all for coming back. I see a lot of people that were here last week and also some newcomers. So those that don't know me, I am Jackie West. I'm the new executive director at the Auburn Chamber of Commerce. And I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank Josh Hanish for not only being on our board and being an amazing asset to the chamber, but for putting on this seminar, this 4-part seminar for us, for all you wonderful business people. And I also want to thank Steve Lease. I don't believe he's on the call, but he is the chairperson for our Business Continuity and Recovery Committee, which is who puts on these seminars and comes up with the ideas for them. And it was all developed during COVID, so it's all new and fresh. And if you have any ideas or something that you want to see, let us know. And we are going to start putting these on very frequently because there is a lot of need for business information. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Josh to take you away and teach you about all the great social media stuff he knows.
Thanks, you guys. So this is session number 2. Hopefully you caught session 1 either live or recorded on the Chamber website, which is also linked to the Chamber YouTube channel. My company is called Dedicated Designs, and we do everything from web design to social media management and ads to graphic design and all those things. And I'm on the board of the Chamber, and we know that, like Jackie said and Allison, there's a lot of members and non-members that need some coaching on social media. So that's why we're doing this whole series, and we hope that you find it really useful. You can comment questions as we go along. Allison and Jackie will be fielding those, and I'll be pausing intermittently to answer those questions. I highly suggest you have something to write down what we're going to be going over today, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys some links to some really cool resources that'll help you guys. Just a quick summary of what we're going to go over today. And I have 2 screens, so if I'm looking away, I'm looking at my other screen. So part 1 of today is basically figuring out when to post and what to post. And then part 2 is going to be all about pictures, how to resize pictures, which we talked about a little bit last week. I'm going to show you guys more resources where you can get free pictures that you don't have to worry about copyright. I'm actually going to show you how to use Google to help you find copyright-free pictures. And then the last part is going to be, we're going to be talking about taking pictures too. And then the third part is going to be video. So how to shoot video, how to shoot videos well, how to edit them quickly and easily for someone that's never edited a video before. And then how to actually make your videos increase sales. So first, let's talk about when to sell and what not to sell. So I always think of social media as what would I want to see. So if we've all been bombarded with either ads that are just annoying, they just keep popping up, or either individuals or businesses that constantly post the same thing. And for businesses, it's always the ask. You know, I really hate that adage, the old sales tactic of ABC, always be selling, always be closing. And some people have framed it as ABS, always be selling. I don't like that. It's intrusive. I'm a terrible salesperson. I just feel like people should be given the information and then they'll make the best choice possible. And as you, as a business owner, know your particular business and your skills the best out of anyone, it's your job to show people and to tell people about your expertise. So first and foremost, don't always be posting for people to shop with you or to come in the store or to give you a call or to set up an appointment, because people just tune you out. You tune people out that do that. So it shouldn't be any different. Always mix up your posts with things that are going on in the community, other articles that you find useful. And every once in a while, and when I say once in a while, I mean maybe once or twice a month, you could do an ask. But I would really keep it to once or twice a month. My feeling on posting is you should probably post no more than 3 times a week, unless you have amazing content that's just always changing. But 3 times a week is enough to where you stay in front of people and your brand is at top of mind for them. But it's not too much where it's like you're posting every day, and we all have those friends and it's like, there's what they had for breakfast, there's what they had for lunch, there's what they had for dinner, and every single new outfit they get, and where they're going on vacation, and oh my gosh, I'm eating toast on this balcony at this hotel. Like, who cares? Like, nobody cares. So same thing for your business. It needs to be, some thought needs to go into what you're going to be posting. Ideally, if you could, it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the week. It could be at any time of the week. But once a week, sit down and think about, okay, what do I want to be posting? Think about holidays that are coming up, thinking about busy or slow times for your business that are coming up, and trying to plan for those so that you can make the most out of those seasons. So, I'm gonna show you guys a client of ours actually right now. So I'm gonna share my screen. So let's see, this is the right one. Okay, so Wall Beds and More is a client of ours, and we actually have 4 wall bed locations across California and Arizona. They're in Rockland. This one's in Rockland. We've been working with them for about a year now, and I'm going to use their profile to show you where you can go on Facebook. And then I'm also going to use their profile on Instagram so that you can see where to go on Instagram to see what you should post. Now, basically, if you're just starting off and you don't really know what to post, and you have some history of posting on your social media profile for your business, you can use what I'm going to show you right now to actually look at past posts to see what's popular, so that you know, hey, like, interesting, like these couple posts people really liked. I wonder how I can create more of those. Some people think what they post is really great, and then they look at the data and people aren't really engaging with it, and they're engaging with something else that they didn't even realize was engaging. So if you're on your Facebook page, this is the side menu. And I realized Facebook made a huge update. Most people should be on the new look of the new iteration of Facebook. You're going to click on Insights for your business, and it's going to show a whole bunch of data. And I'm going to try to make this as unscary as possible. So data shouldn't be scary. It may look a little foreign and a little overwhelming at first, just because there's so much of it. But I'm going to show you a couple places where you can go regularly to see basically how your posts are doing and which posts are popular. Now, there are other platforms out there. We use them for our clients where they actually they're third party, where they connect to all the social media platforms, and they'll give you all this data at a click of a button. I highly recommend those. They're not free. And I'm going to show you the free way to do it here on Facebook. So first off, if you click on posts, so again, I'm under Insights, I'm on posts, you're going to see this data. So let's first talk about this real quick. So we run ads for them on a monthly basis. We're running a lot of ads for them right now. So you'll notice that it's pretty consistent each day up here. So this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pretty much the same. And that's because of the ads that we're running. We have them running pretty much every day. Yours may be a little bit varied. And this is where it's really important, because you need to think about, okay, if I'm posting on Monday and Monday's really busy, is it because I'm posting on Monday? Or is it because that's when people are on there the most? And here's how you can test that. you can post on Sunday and see what happens on Monday for the next week. And if it's still really high, that means that a lot of your followers are on social media on Mondays. Because remember, the goal for social media is to get in front of people so that they see your posts. So you want to make sure that you're posting on days that people are historically engaging with your brand. If your brand or your, again, I'm using brand and company interchangeably. So if your brand, let's say Tuesday's always slow, don't post on Tuesdays. I mean, if you're really adamant about having your slow days be better, great, but there's nothing wrong with just sticking to your strong days. So I would recommend for a couple weeks just posting on different days and seeing this data and what days are most popular. For a lot of our restaurant clients, things really pick up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because people are making plans for the weekend. And if you have a restaurant, then you should really be focusing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm also gonna give you a little bit of advice on, so like, let's say that you are a restaurant and you want to increase breakfast traffic. When do you think is the best time to post to increase your breakfast traffic? Now, some people might think, well, during breakfast, duh. That's actually not the best time. The best time is to post the day before or in the evenings, because you're planting in their mind, hey, like I should go, grab a muffin or a coffee or a breakfast sandwich from this place, tomorrow morning. And for those of us that are going to work, like on my way to work, I'll grab it. Or just people that are, want to go out and, see other human beings while we're still, some of us are working from home. That gives them the impetus to be like, hey, like we should go try this place tomorrow morning. So got to think a little strategically about when you're going to post if you're really wanting to see a specific outcome. Something else about Facebook and Instagram, it is programmed for you to only reach about 5% of your followers on average. So what that means is if you have 1,000 followers, on average, 50 of them will see your post. What that means is paying for ads, even if it's just, $10, really helps get your posts out there. It's not me wanting you to spend more money. It used to be really easy to get posts out there, but Facebook is all about making money now. And because of that, they've changed our algorithm so that we have to pay more money to get the posts out there. Okay. Below days is times. So time is really important. So if you look at Wallbeds, really a lot of their people, a lot of their followers, the peak is actually at 8 p.m. So this will tell you if you click, if I'm sorry, not if you click, but if you hover, it'll show you, okay, on Thursday, let's say, there's a peak that looks like at about 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock, almost the same. So you can see, okay, like I'm gonna post on Friday, and that peak looks close to like 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna post Thursday at 3:45, so I make sure my 4 o'clock, like everyone that's on at 4 o'clock can see it. Okay, so here's how you actually figure out which post or which types of posts are the most popular. So I'm going to go over a couple things that might not make a lot of sense right now, and hopefully they will. So reach is basically how many people saw the post. So how many people in their newsfeed actually saw it. Post clicks means they actually made an action on the post. And then reactions, comments, and shares is 8. Is this pink bar right here. So post clicks is if you put a link in the post, or if they clicked on the post itself to maybe see the picture bigger, that's actually what that is. And then reactions, comments, and shares a reaction is, liking or loving or sad face a post. Okay. So you want to look at a couple things. You want to look at reach, and then you also want to look at the engagement over here. So this post right here, I'm going to show you something really interesting. So I was looking at these numbers before I got on with you guys. We post, all the posts, we post everything for them. And a lot of the pictures that we have are ones that we've taken for them or that they have from their corporate headquarters. Except if you guys look at this post right here on September 18th, it is pretty much double, more than double, the best but post that we actually posted. So we posted this one. But it is doing better by far because of the picture. I'm going to click on the post and show you why. This is my evidence that I always share with people on why pictures don't have to be amazing. So this picture right here is actually a post of a customer who took a picture and sent it in of their wall bed in their entertainment center in their office. And that's why this post did so well. Our eyes can see very quickly that that's not a professional picture, which actually makes us trust it more because it's not, I'll show you another picture. It's not super, so like this one. It's not superposed. It's not like graphically like perfect. It's not like composed in like a, super professional way. And that's actually refreshing, especially with all of the posed pictures there are on social media right now. This is so refreshing. And it makes people stop. And then they'll read this and then they'll say, oh my gosh, like this is an actual real bed. And it gives them something to base their own judgments off of, like, okay, like that looks really great in their house. Like, I wonder if it would look good in my house. So don't be afraid to use less than perfect pictures in your social media. The other thing is ask your customers and clients for pictures. They will love the fact that like you think so much of them that you're asking them for that. And B, it'll help you out so much because you'll have this imperfect content to put on your social media feed that will actually increase your engagement. There was no ad money put behind this post. In fact, none of these posts have had ad money behind them, and it doubled the engagement. So again, this is my proof of why you need to not be worried about making like perfect pictures. The more realistic, the better in a lot of cases. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to hashtags, then I'll stop for comments in just a second. So I'm actually gonna switch to my phone now. So I'm gonna open up Instagram on my phone and I'm gonna show you guys where you can go to look at insights on there for posts. So let's cue that up. Okay, so here's Wallbed's profile. Again, we've been working with them for about a year and it's been really cool. Their followers were like, I don't even think they were 100. And we've gotten them a lot of followers. And we've actually had months where we will gain like 300 followers really quickly. And I'll show you where you can see that. So if you click on Insights, so sorry, I clicked right here on Insights. And sorry, let me back up. If you don't know how to get to this, if you don't know how to get to your profile page, you just click right down here and it takes you to your profile page. So you click on Insights and right away, it'll tell you like, how awesome your account's doing. But right here, if you click on this, the content you shared, it'll show you guys your top content. So, and there's some filters up here. So I'm going to filter this to the last 7 days. Okay, so these are my most popular pictures. Let's go the last 30 days just to make it so you can see a little bit more. Okay, this was obviously an ad. That's not organic traffic. But the rest of them are organic traffic. So this is a great place to see what pictures are most popular. And for them, it's a little hard to see because it's all like wall beds. But hey, here's that one that we posted of the client, and it's really second because this is a paid post. It's second behind this one. So you can easily use this to see like, oh, okay, like one of our clients, they have a dog that is in their shop, and his name's Charlie, and he outperforms all other posts. So using Charlie in their posts really helps their engagement and their reach. Same thing with you. If you own a business and you are focusing on a product or a service, and you notice that continually gets more engagement, then just keep putting that out there. Don't worry about if it's a service that like if it's not a high value service, that's okay. You need an entry point with people. You can't always ask for the most or try to reach the most right away. You just want people to notice your page. Then you can throw in posts that tell people, hey, like we also have this too. So again, that's where you go on Instagram to figure out what is the most engaging posts. Okay, hashtags. So if, again, there's different versions of Instagram out there right now. Even I've got a couple just based on the client that I'm looking at. So if you click on the magnifying glass, and for me, that's down here, you're gonna click on search right here. So by the way, you can see like there's a feed of people that you could interact with. And this is another good way to get your brand out there, just by interacting with these different profile pictures. You click on them, you can see who it is, you can comment as your business, and that way it lets them know who you are. You can follow them. If you comment on a post, other people will be able to see your company in that post, and they may follow you. So again, this is a great place to just try to increase the awareness of your brand. But I'm gonna click on the search bar. So right here, search, no surprise, COVID-19 is at the top. So you're gonna click on tags. Now, hashtags are like ridiculously important, and I'm actually gonna stop sharing. So and we'll come back to this because I wanna actually have you see just me. So hashtags are a way for you to increase your reach for free. And if you're not using them, you need to be using them. If you only get one thing from today, it should be use hashtags. You can have 30 of them. And what I do is I make a list of them, and I actually have different lists. So like for my company, I have lists of hashtags just for graphic design, just for videography, just for web design, that I copy and paste into our posts depending on what we're posting about. Hashtags index posts. So let me explain what that means. In social media, if you just put a picture out there with no hashtag, anyone will be able to see it for about 24 to 36 hours. After that point, it goes away. Now, it doesn't go away. It leaves people's feeds. Hashtagging makes your post indexable, meaning a lot of you guys are on Pinterest. So I liken hashtags to boards on Pinterest. People can save things to boards all day long, and you can have boards that are like garden, like baking, living room updates, whatever. Hashtags are the same way. And so I'm turning 35 next month, and people my age and younger actually use hashtags to find who they want to do business with. We actually, one of our largest graphic design clients found us because of hashtags we used around graphic design. And the easy way to go about finding the right hashtags is what I'm about to show you right now. And rule number one is use geo hashtags, meaning use hashtags where you want to do business or where you do business. So I'm going to go back to the screen share and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so here's the search bar. I'm just going to type in Auburn, and right away all these hashtags come up. So let's talk about what this means. This is the actual hashtag right here. This is how many posts live under there. So let's say that I'm just moved to Auburn and I'm looking for someone to cut my hair. I would actually go to Auburn Hair and look. So if I click on this, it actually shows me all the posts that are under this. And there's 205,000 of them. And if your hashtag is, if your posts are good enough, like people will see them and be interested and click on them. So I'll click on Auburn. Let's just click on Auburn and see what happens. So you might know that there's two Auburns in, well, at least, well, there's more than two Auburns, but there's a really famous Auburn because of the college and the football team, and then there's Auburn, California. So I would not use hashtag Auburn or hashtag anything Auburn and then a business name. Always include CA. And if I type in CA, and then now I click on this top one, it shows all these posts and people who posted these. So if I click on this, if I click on this one right here, we all know that that bridge. And if I click on more right here, oh, maybe someone left it as a comment, or it could be tagged. But you would actually see the hashtag right here that they used. So that's how hashtags work, and I'll show you actually how to do it. So if I typed in Auburn CA hairstylist. So all these probably are hairstylists in Auburn. And if someone were to move to Auburn and was looking for a hairstylist, they would follow. Again, you can follow this hashtag and you will see new posts in it, just like you do your friends that you follow on Instagram. But you could click on this and you're like, whoa, like I really like, I think that this person's hair is awesome. You click on that and they're like, oh, cool, it's this salon right here. And then you click on it and now you've got a new customer that will be contacting you. You want to make sure that you target hashtags that have less than 100,000 posts in it. So these are all great. So if you want to do business, the reason why is because your post will just get lost. So many people post that hashtag that it won't be worth it to use that as one of your hashtags because the chances of someone finding you are pretty low. So stick to something that's, less than 100,000. So if you want to do business down in Rockland, let's say, all you'd have to type in here is Rockland, CA, and you could now make sure that your business posts are showing up in Rockland, CA. There's also Rockland, CA business, I believe, or Rockland. Rockland's a little bit more of a unique name for cities. So yeah, Rockland business. So again, if you're an attorney, you could type in, we spend hours going through hashtags. I recommend that you spend some time going through hashtags for your business and seeing what you can come up with. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.
I got a question from the famous Mr. Robert Haswell.
Okay.
For you, Josh. I think it was during the Facebook post and you're talking about the wall beds. He said, given the performance, did you do any similar posts to that one that performed similarly? I can't say that word.
Yeah, good question. No, because it's hard. Business owners are busy. And if anyone knows me, our own marketing, so Dedicated Designs, is not as good as our clients' marketing because we always take care of our clients first. And I think business owners are the same way. So it's sometimes a struggle to get business owners to contact customers or clients to get pictures. So no, we haven't, but as soon as we get one from them, we will definitely post it and get it out there.
Okay, and then from Julie, do the same principles about hashtags apply to Facebook posts as well?
Yes, they do. And LinkedIn. But yes, Facebook and Instagram, definitely. And obviously Twitter.
And then from Suzanne, what is the amount to not use for hashtags?
You can only have 30. So I would say no more than 30. And so let me go through and I'll show you guys how to actually do this. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is ours. So if I click on this one, I shared a post from last time. This is my wife actually took this picture. This is my dog George. He's amazing. Anyways, I could talk about him forever. So first of all, you can add hashtags in the actual text, and then you can @ somebody. So if you are partnering with someone, or you're doing something for your business at a location, you can @ them, and typing in the @ sign and a business name will tag them and notify them that you tagged them. But then once you're done with the text of your post, hit enter, like, so, make a free line, and then add your hashtags. A lot of people think that they need to like comment their hashtags later. That doesn't help. That doesn't work. It needs to be on the original post. Jackie, your microphone's off.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really good at that. That's all I have for questions in the chat box.
Okay, cool.
So.
All right, perfect. So we're going to go on to pictures. So I'm going to open up Canva. So let's go there. Okay, so here's Canva. Again, you can access this for free. You won't get as many picture options or editing options, and I believe it's $7 or $8 a month. If you can swing that, I highly suggest that you do it, because it makes your life so much easier, not just for social media, but I mean, like, there's so many things. Like, you can make brochures on here. I'll just show you guys this really quick. I mean, there's custom made brochures where, like, if you really like this design, you change the text, you can change the colors, change out the pictures, print it, and you've got a trifold in probably an hour or two, and for free. So anyways, I highly recommend using Canva. So let's talk about finding pictures on here. So let's say I'm making an Instagram post. So I'd click on Instagram post, and then I would go a couple of things. You can use any of these templates. So let's say you had a great customer review. So let's say the food was amazing. I will eat here every day. Bob. Okay. So this is obviously not a picture of food. So let's go and if you don't have a picture of your food, then you can find a picture that looks similar. I always recommend using your own pictures, especially when you are using like a client testimonial that talks about a specific item. Like, I really loved their burgers. You should have a picture of a burger here. But let's just say that it's a general, like, the food here is great, and you don't necessarily have a good picture, or you've already used all your pictures, you don't have a new one. You can type in restaurant. And it comes up with all these pictures, and you can find something that looks similar to, if you are not a 5-star restaurant, then I wouldn't, use something that looks like this, let's say. But if this looks similar to your patio, then you could drag this over, and you can, move it so where it looks a little bit better, and, change the colors real quick to match your brand, and then export it, and you can use it. So again, here, this is where, Canva has tons of pictures. You don't need to worry about, being able to use them or not. So, have a way at these pictures. I'm going to show you a couple of websites that you can go to. One of them is Pexels. So Pexels is, you can type in, well, this is for videos, but that's because it's on videos. If you clicked on home, you could search for photos and videos. So if you typed in, I don't know, accounting, let's say. There's all these pictures that you can use. You don't have to worry about copyright infringement. Same thing for videos. There's another one. This next one's my favorite. It's called Unsplash. Let's say you wanted to find a picture of a bike. All these pictures are free. You could download them. You could upload them to your website, social media, to Canva to make a social media post. But the first site was Pexels, and here I'll, whoops, it's not. It's just Pexels.com. So Pexels.com, and then the other one's Unsplash. It's not pixels, it's Pexels. I want to make sure that that's clear. So unsplash.com is another one. There's Pixabay. So pixabay.com. That's another good one. If you wanted to do a Google search, so all you would do is if you just go to Google, and if you click on images, so you could type in, let's say flowers. Say you wanted to find a nice picture for flowers for a post, but you want to make sure that you could use it, that it wasn't copyright infringe, like if you were going to be infringing on copyright. You can click on settings right here, and you can click on search settings. And they changed it. I swear Google changes things all the time. No. Oh, maybe it's under tools. Yes, sorry. Okay, it's under tools. Usage rights. So you type in your flowers, you go to tools right here. You want to click on Creative Commons licenses. So all of these right here, you can actually use. There's nothing wrong with using these. If you click on commercial and other licenses, these ones are ones that if you click on this link, it'll take you to a site you actually have to pay for it. So think of Creative Commons as it's common for anyone to use it. Like anyone can use those pictures. Commercial and other licenses means that you have to purchase it to use it for commercial purposes. Okay, so let's go back to Canva. I went over this last week, but you can take any picture. So I'll go to uploads. So we work with a hairstylist in Roseville. So you can literally just drag a picture over and then, size it around. And there you go. Like you've got a picture that'll fit Instagram. You can also post a picture to Facebook as a square. So you can use an Instagram picture for Facebook and Instagram. If you go to resize right here, you can say, hey, I actually want this to be, let's see, I'm trying to find a LinkedIn banner. LinkedIn banners are terrible because they're super narrow. So you can click on resize and it resizes it. It'll fit a LinkedIn banner, but it's really, awkward. Luckily, Canva's cool because it'll tell you, hey, like try these templates out and see if you can make it look any better. So again, this doesn't use the image, but if you needed a LinkedIn banner that looked good, that didn't get cut off, Canva is definitely your place to do that. Let's talk about text on a picture. So some posts, it makes sense to put text on it. When you can, don't put text on a picture. Facebook and Instagram, they're the same company in the sense that Facebook owns both of them. They will make sure that not as many people see your post if you put text on it. So don't put text on your posts if possible. Now, that doesn't mean from time to time it makes sense, like for a customer review, you can, but if you constantly put text on images, it will decrease your reach, and Facebook will make from like 5% of your followers, they'll kick it down to like maybe 1% or like 0.5%. So don't put text on your post. You can actually use emojis to call people's attention. And really the first emojis in the first sentence, that first line of your post should be the attention grabber. So don't rely on text on the image to grab people's attention. It should be a quality image, no text, and then people will look at the first line, and you should be able to hook them in by that first line. And it doesn't have to be anything like corny, but just get right to the point. Don't, beat around the bush, or just say, hey, we have a special today and here's what it is. Or for a limited time only, you can get 3 hours of our consulting services for the cost of 2 hours, or whatever. Just make it direct to the point, and so many more people will engage with your post. A, because you're direct and to the point, and B, because more people have seen it, because there won't be text on the actual post image itself. Okay.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Can you show an example of what you mean when you say don't put text on your post?
Yes. All right, so I'm going to go back to wall beds. By the way, I'm just using wall beds. They don't know that we're showing this to them. They didn't ask for anything. It's not like special treatment. So I'll go to their feed because that'd just be easier to show you guys. By the way, cover video, so much more engaging. If you guys can make a video or the slideshow like we talked about last time, definitely do that because it's so much more engaging. Okay, so here's some posts that don't have pictures. And right away, look, we cut to the chase. Need a new work from home setup? It's a desk. Like, that makes sense. Those two things tie together. Again, no text. You're not going to see a lot of text on very many of our posts that we do for clients. Here's some text. So every once in a while, we need to share reviews just to build trust and to build brand recognition. Every once in a while, it's okay. I would avoid making the whole post text if possible. So that's why we threw in an image here with the text. If that's not possible, then it's not possible, especially if it's a giant review. Another good way if you do have a giant review, another great way to show that is on the post, have a nice picture and just say, thanks for the amazing review, or new customer review, and then paste the actual long customer review in the body of the post. Anything else?
Sorry, there's one more. Does
Yeah.
any of this change for nonprofits?
No, it doesn't change for nonprofits. In fact, I would say nonprofits are actually better suited for social media because you can, depending on the nonprofit, you can have much more compelling images that require no text on the image at all. And if people are looking at the image, they will look down at the text and read that. So I'd almost say that nonprofits are almost at an advantage if it's engaging or heartwarming or heartbreaking images. Is that the last one, Jackie?
Yep, that's all I got.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's talk video editing really quick. So video by far will outperform pictures on a consistent basis on social media. That doesn't mean every post needs to be a video. I'm going to show you a really quick way to turn any picture into a video on Canva, and then I'm going to show you how to take good video. And you're going to need, you don't need to do it right now, but it really helps to have the 9-grid feature enabled on your camera's phone, because I'm going to show you how to use that properly. So let's go back to Canva real quick. it would help if I shared the screen before I went over there. All right. Okay, so here we are. We're back at Canva. I'm going to go back to home. I'm gonna click on Instagram post. Canva has some video templates already. So if you type in video right here, and again, you're under templates, any of these have video on them. So if you just hover over it, it shows you the video. You can use that video. If you're having an amazing sale, again, this may mean a time to put text on something. You could use this and change the details. And it's engaging, and especially on Instagram. So video is huge on Instagram because it plays automatically. It makes sense. It makes sense to have this. So I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to say, let's just pretend that you have a picture where you want to call attention to something in that picture. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use this picture again. So again, we're pretending this is your picture. In Elements, if you choose animated text, it will automatically turn your post into a video. So this is what I mean by saying you don't ever have to take a single video to have video. You can have a bunch of pictures and then go to Canva. And if you just type in stickers, stickers are what Canva calls their animated elements. So I mean, we could get lost for days on here. There's so many cool features. But I really like the line stickers. So again, I don't necessarily know if I would make the post this, but you know, if you wanted to show this off and be like, wow, like look at this amazing hair style, you can put these, you know, around the hair to make it look like, wow, like look how new that is, like that's amazing. And then when you download it, it downloads as a video. And then you upload it to Instagram and Facebook as a video, and it catches people's eyes so much more than pictures. So if you don't have any videos right now, you can turn your pictures into videos by using Canva. Okay, I'm actually gonna talk about how to orient your phone. So remember that Instagram is pretty much square and Facebook's close to square. So when you're composing your picture, usually landscape works better when you're taking pictures or video, if you know that that video is going to go on your feed. Stories, which we'll talk about later in the month, because we have 2 more sessions left. Stories are always vertical or portrait style. So you would want to take, you know, your video like this upward. So if you know that it's going to be on a post in your feed, landscape, because it gives you can edit it and you can move things around a little bit. And then this would be if you're going to do a story. Okay, so let's talk about using the 9 grid feature on your phone. So why that's important to have on your phone is those intersections, so the vertices, and I'll pull up my phone and my picture, or my camera. And actually, let me do this. Okay, so let me share my camera screen. Okay, so this is my desktop right here. Okay, so these grid lines right here, you need to put whatever you want people to focus on that grid line. Never put whatever you're looking at like in the middle. So like the person's face should never be here. These grid lines right here, so these 2 intersections, sorry, 4, there's 4 intersections right here. That's where whatever you're taking a picture of, that's where it should be centered. So, and I wish I was using a different background, but let's say that this island right here is what I want to be focused on. I'm going to make that vertice right there. And that will make a more appealing picture. You could also, it's a little bit hard because it's a screen, but you could put it there. You could put it here. You could put it there. So the corners of the middle square is what you want to focus on when you're taking picture. Definitely when you're taking picture, and then when you can video, it's hard because things are moving around in video, but that's how you want to take your pictures, is using those grid lines. So if you're taking a picture of, let's say, a new drink in your cafe, you want to have the drink lining up like, you know, like I am with this island right here. So the drink should be like on this plane right here. Okay, so let's say you take, you know, you shoot your video. I'm gonna stop sharing. And you can use the editor on your phone that comes standard. Really for video, you just wanna chop it off, and you wanna make it to be between 15 to 45 seconds at the most. I'm gonna go back to Canva, and I'm actually gonna show you. So if you have a video, so I'm gonna go to my uploads. I'm gonna go to a video. So we have some, I'll use this one. So this was a drone footage we took for a roofing client in Sacramento. The footage is huge. If I double click on this on Canva, I can move it to where I'm going, where I want the action to be. So that's one way that you can edit on Canva. And then also on Canva, you can resize this. So if you're like, you know what, I want this to actually be for a story, a portrait. So portrait, vertical, you could change the size. If you click on the video, there's an editor feature right here. If you click on this, I can say, you know what, I only want this to show to 7 seconds. And you click done, and it just edited it for you out there or on Canva. If you don't want sound, deselect sound. You can flip the video. Looks weird, but if you wanted to, you could flip it. I mean, you can edit so much here on Canva or just on your phone. So I don't want you to think you have to have a fancy video editor. Okay, that last part was kind of fast because I know we're short on time. There's 5 minutes left, and I want to make sure that I have time to answer any questions.
I have another question from the famous Mr. Haswell.
Okay.
How do you enable, he's only famous because he was on Reno news station. How do you enable the 9-grid option on your phone?
Well, you'd have to go to your settings. It depends on your phone. I don't have an Android, so I can't speak for Android. On your iPhone, you go to settings, and then you scroll down until you hit camera, and you go to camera, and then underneath camera, there's a section called composition, and the first section under there is the name of its grid, and you just enable it, and the grid pops up. So again,
right.
Settings, camera, and then composition, grid.
And then from Howard, I tried to watch last week's session again on Facebook with no success. Will you go over how to do that?
Yeah, I can screen share real quick, and I can just show people where it is. Okay, so if you missed last week, just go to Auburn chamber.net. And if you click on this right here and scroll down, here's the first video right here from last week, and you can watch it on YouTube. So I don't know if there's more questions, but just to recap, so what we're going to be going over the next 2 sessions, I'm going to go over a little bit in more detail how to use Canva to make better posts or images. And then we're actually going to talk about text, we call it copy. Text and copy are the same thing. So I'm going to go over like how to write good copy, how to write to your audience. And we're going to talk about how less is more, especially on Instagram. And then we're going to talk about emojis and how powerful they can be. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about video and how to use different filters. And one thing that we didn't get today was how to make your videos increase sales. So I apologize for that. We'll talk about that next week. And then session 4 is all about making ads on social media. Any questions, Jackie?
There was one from Dean about the bears on your wall, if they're neighbors or relatives.
Oh, that's actually my wife and I in bear form.
Is it really?
Yeah, we like that picture.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
That's all I've got for today.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate everyone. It looks like we almost had 40 there at one point. We have 35 right now. So I really appreciate you guys for coming in and listening and learning. And just like last time, if you're messing around with this new information this week, you can leave comments on the Chamber's Facebook page on the event for this. And I will answer those questions at the next event.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. And thanks for everybody for coming. And this will go up on the Chamber's website probably Monday. And if you have any friends that are interested or know some businesses that need some help, let them know that not only will it be on the website for recordings, but they can still sign up for the last 2 classes. And with that, thank you all and have a great afternoon and wash your hands.